Hi, I'm Brian Caffarella, and I teach math at Sinclair Community College. And I was reflecting on my early days of teaching community college math. And I, like you, I'm sure, was just thrilled to be doing what I had always wanted to do, to work with community college students, and of course, teaching the great subject of math, and still love it. So I'm sure you still do as well. But something really bothered me in my early days and really continued to bother me. And that was that it seemed like we went from initiative to initiative in terms of how can we better serve our students and how can we increase success rates, but we never reflected on the past. We never looked at the past and said, in our experiences with past initiatives, or if we've tried this initiative before, what were the challenges? What did we learn? What worked? What didn't work? And recently I was at a meeting facilitated by our college president, and he brought up something very interesting. And what he said was that being an effective leader is not about just managing the present. We have to look to the future and think, what kind of a sustainable model can we build for our students that will help them sustain success into the future? And that got me thinking about our discipline of community college math. It's not just about helping them succeed right now, but what kind of model can we build? What kind of pathways can we create that will help our students sustain success? And all of that helped me to the research that I conducted when writing this book, Community College Mathematics, Past, Present, and Future. I got to speak with faculty who have taught since the 1970s, all the way through the 2020s. And it was very interesting to speak with faculty about initiatives, trends, and mandates that the discipline of community college math has contended with over the years. For example, it was interesting to talk with faculty about the challenges that they have faced with evolving technology. It was difficult for faculty, for example, to adapt to the scientific graphing calculators, to the use of the internet, for example, and interactive mathematical software. Why is it important to learn from that? Because right now and into the future, we will continue to contend with evolving technology, and we will do that to better serve our students. So, what lessons can we learn from the past and how faculty adapted to the challenges of technology that we can apply to the future? Initiatives such as supplemental instruction, learning communities, the Emporium model. And it's not really that initiatives ever go away, it's more that they increase and decrease in popularity. But the reality is, the initiatives I mentioned will likely increase in popularity again. I could even say that the Emporium model is still there. But what lessons can we learn from the past? What were the challenges that faculty and students faced? And we can learn from these experiences to better address when these initiatives surface again in the future, and maybe we have to implement them in our schools. The issue of equity is so important because we work with a diverse population, and we want to make sure that we are best serving that diverse population. And the reality is, we have had certain groups, persons of color, ESL students who have really struggled in community college math, especially. So, what has been done? What is being done to address these issues and to help these students succeed? One of the most pressing issues right now in community college math is the push to eliminate standalone developmental math. As many of us know, co-requisites have really grown throughout the 2010s or the teens, whatever we want to call this past decade that left us. But really, there's a push now to eliminate standalone developmental math, algebra, intermediate algebra, elementary algebra, pre-algebra, and place students who are not college ready into a co-requisite course in which they take alongside a college level course. In other words, default placement for all students who are underprepared into college level math. So for schools who have implemented or attempted this, what have been their experiences? I spoke with faculty, I looked at success rates and what were the experiences? What can we learn from those experiences going forward, from those who attempted to eliminate developmental math? That's very important. And speaking of underprepared students, the topic of arithmetic, I really feel has kind of fallen um, kind of out of the picture a little bit because we have students who enter community college who are deficient in arithmetic, and that is an imperative issue to address because, as we all know, students need arithmetic concepts to attempt algebra. So, what can we do? What have schools done and continue to do to best serve those students who are deficient in arithmetic? Also, in the 2020s, all of us dealt with the pandemic. And what lessons can we learn from the pandemic? Are there resources that we have acquired during the pandemic that we can best uh, serve students with in a post-pandemic world? And ultimately leads me back to what I addressed at the beginning of this video, the future. What pathways can we build for students to help them sustain success in the future? And what lessons can we learn from the past and the present? We want to assure that students are prepared, but we also want to assure that we can help students through their math courses as quickly as possible as well, so that they don't get stuck in those long sequences of developmental math. All of that is addressed in this book. And of course, we do this because we work to serve our students. We want to help our students succeed in what has traditionally been a very difficult subject, of course, mathematics. So thank you.